Exxon Mobil is known as an oil and gas company that uses technology and innovation to help meet the world's growing needs. When they create advertisements, they use many techniques to entice consumers into buying gas. They claim honest energy, but is it really honest when it's affecting climate change? They say they must get profits while still maintaining high ethical standards. They explore for crude oil in North America and faraway places. Then they drill for oil, and the oil is transported through pipelines and railways to refineries for processing. At the refineries, the crude oil is refined into gas, diesel, propane, and feedstocks. And then it is taken to terminals where Exxon, in a way, brands the fuel by adding their unique detergents and additives. Once that is done, the fuels are then loaded into trucks to the individual stations across the country. In this process, it may seem like nothing happens, but you're wrong. ExxonMobil has had many incidents throughout their history, but they have only claimed responsibility for the Exxon Valdez oil spill in 1989. The Exxon Valdez oil spill occurred in Alaska. It was devastating to the environment. It is one of the world's worst oil spill, but that wasn't the only oil spill ExxonMobil was responsible for. The Green Point oil spill was discovered in 1978, and efforts to clean up the spill have slowly increased, but it is still there. The Baton Rouge refinery pipeline oil spill occurred in 2012, spilling 1,900 barrels of crude oil. The Yellowstone River oil spill released 1,500 barrels of oil into the Yellowstone River for about 30 minutes before it was shut down. The Mayflower oil spill in 2013 released about 3,200 barrels of oil. Oil spills are not the only way Exxon is affecting the environment. Exxon is one of the top contributors for greenhouse gas emissions, and Exxon expects global carbon emissions to rise by nearly 25%, since the demand for power will increase by nearly 40% in the next 20 years. And they continue to make it look like they're not at fault. During the late 1970s, Exxon had already started doing research on climate change. They didn't talk about it. It was like it was never there. 80% of the company's research and internal communications acknowledged that climate change was real and was caused by humans, but 80% of Exxon's statements to the public expressed doubt about climate change. And to make the situation worse, Exxon funded organizations that were against climate change. They gave thousands of dollars every year. And even though they have stopped funding groups that push climate change denial, they still continue supporting these groups that oppose taking action against climate change. To create awareness of climate change and how ExxonMobil is closely tied to it, I am using an app called Orasmo, in which once you capture the image of the Exxon logo, you will see another image appear that will have a polar bear on an iceberg, which looks like an X is crossing it out to mean that they might disappear if Exxon's practices continue. To access this image, you must first download the app and then follow Lisandra.Triana. Then you just press the little logo for Orasmo and you use your rear camera to focus on the trigger image, and you will see the second image pop up.